Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper here. Today we're checking out Bassmaster by Loopmasters, and it's going to be a tutorial on how I made one of the bass sounds inside of this project. I actually made this piece of music for one of the promos for Bassmaster, and inside of the project I have, I think, 4 different instances of Bassmaster doing different types of bass. So the first thing I'm going to do is run you through the 4 different instances, and then we're going to go ahead and create one of these bass patches start to finish together. So this is the track. You heard it in the beginning of this video, and this is the main bass line. This is the one we're actually going to be creating together. If I go ahead and solo it. So pretty gnarly, pretty big, pretty fat. I've also got this bass dip here at the end to kind of let the project fade out. And the other 2 basses are from right here in the beginning. And that's layered with this. And those 2 together sound like this. So as you can see, really big bass sounds. They all sound phenomenal, and I mean, this plugin is super dope. Let's go ahead and make this bass patch. I've got the same bit of MIDI down here, so the next thing I want to do is just go ahead and solo the channel so we can focus on it. And I'm going to drop Bassmaster on the channel. Come down, Bassmaster, boom. This is the initial patch. Let me go ahead and focus on the area. All right, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is find the sample we want to use. And for this particular one, I only used the top layer. I didn't use the sub layer. So in fact, I can go ahead and turn this off. Just turn it off by turning it all the way down in the mixer here. And we can do something like randomize these until we find something good. Or we can actually come in and pick something. And I remember what it's called. It's called simple saw reverse. So saw rev loop down here at the bottom. All right, and now we just need to adjust our filters here. And then come over to the filtering system. Pull down that volume a little bit. Let's go ahead and run the filter envelope here with the amount knob. In fact, let's bring it all the way up and pull up that decay time. Let's pull them up like something like this. And let's change the filter from LP18 to LP24 and pull down the cutoff. Something like that for now. And what's really cool, and the thing I really like about working with any VSTi, is that I can always come back later on. So what I like to do is just go through and get the general sense and see if I can't get like a close approximation of what I have in my mind. And then I'll go through later and start tweaking things out in conjunction with the track or other elements that I already have until they sound the best. You know what I mean? So we're also going to use the filter envelope here, or the LFO filter, and I'm gonna pull down the amount. We're gonna leave it on sine, and let's pull up the rate really long. I just want it to be kind of wishy, so I'm gonna leave it on the sine wave, you know, turn up the phase just a little bit. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty much what we want. And let's just go ahead and turn on the reverb here. Turn the size up pretty high and just a little bit. And let's also turn on the chorus, turn the rate up and turn the amount up, not too far, just to kind of give it a little bit of stereo field. And the last place to really kind of shape the sound is over here with the frequency booster. So I'm going to turn that up and then just adjust the top, mid, and bottom sections to taste. So that sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and run the track, or actually let's A/B that with the original. So we got a little bit of a difference there. So let's go in and see if we can't get it a little bit closer by adjusting all of the different envelopes and things of that nature. So, I mean, that sounds pretty good. There's some other things I did outside of Bassmaster to process this thing inside of Ableton Live, just to show you how close we can get it to the original that I made for the promo. So what I did was come in here and I gotta clear the search, take an audio effects rack, an EQ8. I'm gonna make 2 chains with these EQ8s because I'm gonna make essentially a bandpass filtering system here. I do this all the time. So ×4, right click with the frequency, map to macro 1. Second one, we're going to do the reverse filter. So this is going to be our high pass. And again, come in, map to macro 1. And now as I move the frequency here, the second chain is going to process the high pass band, and the first chain will process the low pass band. And what makes that useful is now I can come in to my compressor, for example, on the low pass, and go ahead and map that to the drum loop. And now I'm only going to sidechain the subby part of the bass. So if I pull it down to 100 hertz, if I solo this, you can see that it's just ducking that subby part while this second pass is completely being left alone. And then what I did was I just put a little bit of reverb on there. I don't remember exactly what type, just to add reverb to this top end and not that bottom end. You know, stuff like that is really, I think, all I did to the bass itself. And, it sounds pretty good. I gotta come in and turn that off, unsolo everything. So anyway, that's how I made that bass patch, more or less, inside of Bassmaster by Loopmasters. Links to the description of this video if you want to check it out. It's available now. I hope you learned something. We will see you next time.